Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can farm everything here inside of Sailor Piece on Roblox. So the very best farming metas and everything you need to know. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. By the way, if you guys do want to be entered in my Game Pass giveaway, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and do make sure you hype the video. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. All right, so if you head over to, we first need to basically increase our luck. So the best ways to go ahead and increase your luck are going to be at Lawless Island right here with the new power feature. You're going to want to try to get the power that gives you the most luck, which I currently don't have, and I also have 0 power shards. There's a bunch of ways to increase your luck right now in the game. The majority of them are at Sailor Island. So if you go here, you're going to see that you can, number one, ascending is very, very overpowered for increasing your luck. So if you open this John up, you'll see that there's a bunch of stuff, but this is going to increase your luck by 5%. I've only literally ascended once, and I'm going to work on doing that probably today. But then you have traits. These also can increase your luck. Actually, no, traits don't increase your luck. That's my bad. Titles increase your luck. You scroll down, if you guys can go ahead and get, you're gonna want the luck one right here, the celestial favor. You literally have to defeat 5,000 bosses before you get this luck boost. But if you do want to AFK farm stuff, that's very important. The next thing you need to do is you do need to get the quake fruit right here because its C move is very overpowered, and I'll show you how you guys can use this. That way you can basically AFK super quick inside of the game. And then we have the gem fruit dealer right here. So gem fruits, you can just pay for gems if you want fruits from there. But yeah, basically do everything you can to upgrade your luck and all that good stuff. All right, and then basically once you've increased your luck as much as possible, again, there's a lot of other ways to go ahead and increase your luck. You're going to want to head over to, I believe, Shinjuku Island right there. And then basically this is already what this guy's doing right here. So you're probably going to need to be in a private server to do this, but you're basically going to spam the C ability over and over again. When I say C, I literally mean C. You can enable this auto spammer down here, and it's going to automatically farm this for you. And this is very overpowered because you pretty much have to do nothing. Now, the main thing you're going to want to make sure is you, again, have a lot of luck. And then potentially also, if you go into shops and you want to buy game passes to make this easier, go to the ×2 luck drop and then the ×2 drops. So you'll get more lucks, more drops. Obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, you want to increase your luck as much as possible. I do have a full how to increase luck guide if you guys want to go watch that. Now, this is just the very first way to go ahead and farm items. In a second, I'm going to show you how to farm bosses and a lot of other stuff inside of this game. So yeah, this is very easy to AFK with the C move. This is pretty much the meta right now in the game to farm because you can hit both of those NPCs really easily. I would do this in a private server though, because, you know, but yeah, there's definitely a place that you want to stand that's better. But let's head over and talk about how we're going to AFK farm towers, bosses, and all that good stuff. So if we head over to towers, we teleport here. You're going to see that there is the infinite tower right here. And this is where we're going to need kind of a macro to go ahead and do this because that will make it more effective. There's ways you can do it without a macro, but I would personally recommend a macro. Go to my website, linked in the description, and click on this green download link right here. And this is going to go ahead and download Tiny Task, which is a mobile little macro. Now, this one doesn't have any preset settings and isn't made specifically for this game. However, you can use it in it for a majority of things. So go into preferences and click on always on top. And then obviously it's going to sit on top of your screen. Really quick, before I go ahead and show you how to set this up, I will be coming out with my own macro at some point soon that has auto bosses and a bunch of other like really cool features. I don't want to say too much about it because I'm not sure when it's going to come out, but definitely be on the lookout for that when it comes out. Anyways, so depending on what you're doing, I'm not going to showcase how to do the towers because towers are a little bit easier to set up. I'm going to showcase bosses very, very quickly. There's a lot of advanced things you can do with this, but I'm going to show you how to really quickly farm whatever bosses in the game that you want. So they spawn in every 5 minutes, like we know. The very first thing you want to do is reset your character like so. Reset them like this. Then we're going to spawn in exactly right here. Now you're going to want to make sure you always have your camera angled the same way. So for example, when you reset your character, it's always going to put your camera angle, it will respawn me this way right here. And if you reset again, I believe it will also put it in the same spot again. So make sure before you even start using your macro to record that you're facing this exact way because this is what it's going to look like. Now you can do a little test run with the macro to make sure that you're going to run over into this. So right now I'm kind of just doing a little test path for how I'm going to get to this. But let's say I want to open up this. I'll click E. I'm not recording yet, by the way. And then I'm going to click the very first island that I want to go to, which is going to be, in my case, Shibuya Station. I want to farm bosses here. So teleport. Then I'm going to have to do a little bit of a path to go ahead and get there. So I'm going to run over this way. You could do the Curse King. That's going to be harder because you're going to have to get pathfinding for jumping up here. So then we're going to have this turned on. I would recommend probably having your auto skills on, but then you can just spam like this, then go forward or whatever the path is going to be, which I'm going to go ahead and record in a second. And once you get to the next boss, I believe there's one over here. Yeah, there's the limited sorcerer. What you're going to do is you're going to reset your character again, and then it's going to again put you here, and then you're going to walk over there again. So let's quick reset this and start recording the the macro. So if we go to Tiny Task, we go to continuous playback, we definitely want that toggled on, and then you can see what records and what stops recording. So you click this once to record, click this twice to stop recording. So Control Shift Alt R, and then to play it back, Control Shift Alt P or whatever else you decide to set this to. So Control Shift Alt R is going to start recording. Click on Roblox, make sure it's selected, and then we're going to just walk this way. Then I'm going to center myself by walking to this wall, and then walk this way. Keep walking this way, and then walk over this way. Hold down E. Then it's going to record my mouse. So I want to go to Shibuya Station. I'm going to teleport here. Then I'm going to run over this way. And if we play this macro back, it should be able to get exactly where we're going. Be careful though, make sure it's very fluid when you're using it. All right, so I'm going to run over here. Now you could turn on auto abilities, but I'm not. And then I'm going to go ahead and just spam this, spam all my abilities to see all of these. There we go, to make sure this boss gets, and then I'm going to click escape, refresh, enter, and then I'm going to stop the recording. Now I'm going to wait for this boss to basically spawn back in so we can test the pathing that we have created, but we should have one recorded right now. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to Judgment Island. Now it may not be perfect because there is going to be some tweaking definitely involved with this. So we're going to wait a couple minutes and see. All right, so this one's about to respawn. Hopefully this guy doesn't go ahead and kill me, but I'm going to reset my character right before I start the macro. Let me reset one more time because I accidentally just set that up wrong. Reset your character, and then we're going to do Control once we spawn in, Control Shift Alt P, and it should go ahead and play it back the macro. I don't know why it's making me run so much faster than in the recording, or it seems like it's running faster. Yeah, it definitely is running faster for some reason. So that is one thing to note. If your speed changes for any reason, then the macro is not going to work. But other than that, it will work. I don't know why my speed just changed. So that would work, except my speed changed for pretty much no reason. I'm not 100% sure why. Why do you Control Shift P? There we go. That's how it's supposed to walk. So if it walks like this is what you're looking for. This is the correct path. So hopefully this time, I don't know why that one time it was just running super duper fast, but this should be the correct pathing to go ahead and AFK. Boom. It's going to open that up. I didn't hold it down for long enough in the recording, but then it would have started walking the correct way. I don't know why. Make sure you do all that correctly though. Hold it down all the way in the recording. But yeah, that's how you can set up a really quick macro. I will have a way better one coming out hopefully soon for this game, but that is one of the ways you can go ahead and AFK inside of Sailor Piece on Roblox. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.